Prior
No
to the
particular
shows.
order. You choose what you want.
Oh yeah, I assume I assume I get that freedom, but sometimes I follow the order you list them in, and sometimes I just do my own thing. It depends how I feel that day.
Hmm.
I was watching a Steam VOD from Pirate Software talking about that Steam lawsuit we covered.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, this lawsuit's fucking stupid.
Yep, pretty much.
He's like, this shit's fucking stupid. He goes, I swear to
Yep.
God, dude, every year someone tries this stupid shit and it
Hmm.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I how do I say it? I can't blame like the average person that might see that and go, oh, because
Hmm.
like game development is sort of obfuscated. Most people just don't understand
Yeah.
that section of the market or just that section of business in general. So,
And some
yeah,
people just don't have the insight into the details. Well, most people don't have the insight into the details of the
yeah,
contract
no.
that
Yeah,
Steam
like
has.
90% of people
He
don't know
obviously would
that.
know. Hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why, like, I don't trust my own intuition, but, if another dev is going
Hmm.
to come out and be like, no, this is
Yeah.
dumb, this isn't true,
And
this isn't
and
true.
he Yeah, and he likely has looked at each and every one of these as they came along.
He's been around. He's been in the market a
Yeah.
bit, so he has a far more reasonable understanding of this than like
Hmm.
the average Joe at his
Yeah.
computer on a Saturday morning.
He's been a dev for a while, even though not that long as an independent, but yeah. even even in his time at publishers, he's gonna have some connections there.
Yeah, some insight. So
Hmm.
I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
OCD, my man. It's
Hmm.
another week. I
Yes.
don't know if you know this, CD. I don't know if you've been keeping track
Hmm.
of how many episodes we've done for this show.
Mm, not specifically for today, no.
No, well, I will tell you we're not at the big one, but we're almost to 100. The
Hmm.
turn-based Cynics has almost reached 100 episodes, which when I realized that, I was like, oh shit. So I'm not going to encourage that you might have something with you on the 100th episode to celebrate. But if you decide you want to bring yourself a little something something to sip on, I'm sure you don't need much convincing. I know you well enough.
I've got some things available. That's not a
I
problem.
think. Oh, so
Yeah, going by this, we still have a few weeks to go to that.
we do. We still have a few weeks, but it's closer than I would have thought. I hadn't been paying attention because I've just been like grinding out,
Hmm.
putting up episodes as we get them done. I don't really.
True.
My big issue
Let's
is
see that.
because I copy paste so much, I have to remember to change the episode number. So I
Mm-hmm.
might change the title, but I don't change the number. But then I post it, and I'm like, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
the number's wrong. Shit. So I
It should
grabbed
be around
two.
the end of the year or something.
Hmm.
Close to the end of the year, we should be there.
Yeah. So I picked up two games this week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Vengeance.
Ah, yes. Yeah, you posted that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was playing on this anyway, so I picked up Vengeance, and
Mm-hmm.
Amazon had this other game like half priced at like 30
Mm-hmm.
bucks physical, and that was like the sweet spot because I wasn't paying 60 for this. I wanted to play it, but I
Okay.
wasn't gonna pay fucking 60 for it. I refused.
Hmm.
Unicorn Overlord.
Ah, okay. Cool.
I didn't want to pay
Very
60.
nice.
I'm sorry, I just
Uh-huh.
didn't. I wasn't gonna pay 60 for it. But
Uh-huh.
30, yeah, I could swing that. That's
Yeah, from what all I've heard, it's a pretty sweet game.
yeah, no, it's really fun. I enjoyed the demo.
Mm-hmm.
Demos have been like a big thing for me recently because I don't always have the energy to like commit to something. But like if I can
Mm-hmm.
just pop in a demo, get like a solid hour or two of an experience, and be like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is cool. When does this come out? Let me add this to my calendar real quick.
Yeah, it's a nice thing that they kind of brought that back from way back when. when
Yeah.
those were still a thing on magazine CDs and the like.
Like the Tales of Arise demo was one of my favorites for the longest time
Mm-hmm.
because that just let me do the one thing in that game I love doing.
Mm-hmm.
Comboing motherfuckers till I get bored. It's so much fun. Oh, I love it. They just let you pick whatever character you want to use, and you can run around a giant area, fight monsters, get used to the
Sure.
combat. Oh, it's so
Whereabouts
good.
in the game is the demo?
Uh,
What was that?
uh, the area right before you get to Dol Halim City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have essentially all the characters except Orlim. And
No, actually, I think you
I
have
think
access to. I think you have
do
access to.
you? Okay.
I have to double
Huh,
check. I
interesting.
think they give you access to Dol Halim.
Okay. That's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't. Did I play that? I didn't
I
really
did.
need to. I might have had a short look into it. Yeah, I probably had a look into it, but yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm a fiend.
it's been a long while.
I was a fiend. I wanted to.
Hmm.
I was more surprised when I started playing the game by just how brisk the game is. Like the game keeps a really good
Hmm.
pace. That's something I've like
Yeah.
gotten really big about identifying in RPGs, or like the games that like hit the brakes on you with story
Hmm.
progress, and they're like, "Oh, slow down, go
Hmm.
off and do some stupid bullshit for like 3 hours, and then come back and get some more story." But the last few
Hmm.
games I've touched, I haven't really felt that way about a lot of them. When I talked about like
Hmm.
Xenoblade Chronicles, I mentioned that that game was fairly fucking brisk in its storyline pacing.
Hmm.
Tales of Arise has felt incredibly fucking brisk in its
Hmm.
storyline pacing. Very rarely have I felt like the game is purposely uh,
Just slowing you
sandbagging, yeah,
down.
slowing me down.
Hmm.
I don't get that feeling with that, like, which is great. I love that. Like,
Hmm.
more of that, please. Like,
Yeah.
don't like. I understand you want to like stretch things out, but like that's what side quests are for. Like, right? Like that's what side content is for. Don't fucking sandbag your fucking story.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
to
I'd
a
say Arise has a good mix of that.
Yeah, like, and Cooney Cooney sandbags a bit towards the end.
Hmm.
It sandbags a bit at the end, which is a little annoying, but I was
Hmm.
so interested in seeing how the rest of that was going to play out that I kind of forgave it. Right? Like, I
Hmm.
can accept if you're going to sandbag me if the thing at the end is actually going to be, like, worth it
Hmm.
for me, right? Like, if
Exactly.
I'm.
Which part at the end would you count as a sandbag? Because I'm not remembering enough of it.
Uh, the core thing would be like everything leading up to the White Witch, the fight with the White Witch. I just felt like a lot of that was
Hmm.
this felt like extra. It felt like it was dragging
Hmm.
on a little longer than I was like interested in.
Hmm.
The Shada stuff I was fine with. That all made sense. Like
Hmm.
that everything with that, which again, you know, I I had that moment towards the end of the Shada segment where I'm like, huh,
Hmm.
that's weird. The game says Wrath of the White Witch. Hmm. Shada's the Dark Djinn. Huh. Oh, this isn't where it ends, is it?
Hmm.
The story doesn't end here. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It goes on for.
Hmm.
I found out in the original
Hmm.
version of the game,
Hmm.
the game originally ends with
Hmm.
you beating Shada, but then I guess at some point they made a DLC that had you fight, that had you go through that bit getting to the White Witch. So the White Witch was like
Hmm.
actually
Hmm.
extended content that
Ah, okay.
when it got to America,
Hmm.
they
They added
just
that to the base game essentially.
yeah,
Huh.
why
Interesting.
the end, at
That
least that's
would make sense why that feels different.
right, because like
If
the
that's what happened. That.
at least that's what
Hmm.
I've been told. Like I believe it because the end of the Shada segment feels like the end of the game. Like there's all the fanfare, so it feels like the end of the game.
Hmm. Yeah. Although Is it like after right at the celebration where the reveal happens and that additional thing?
Yeah. Because the celebration feels like it'd be the end of the game. It
Hmm.
has the kind of fanfare that, like, it doesn't, like, maybe it's a fake out moment, but I don't know, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the fake out moment, is one of the big moments in Arise. One of those moments, that's a fake out moment. Like, that's a
Hmm.
legitimate, oh man, we did it. And then it's like, oh no, we didn't.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, man.
So, speaking of Arise, how far are you in now?
Almost done.
Hmm.
I'm actually almost done. Wasn't expecting one of the things. I can't talk about it because I don't want to, like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, dude, this sucks
Yeah.
so much because I can't talk about it. Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely do want people to play this. That's the thing. If I
Yeah.
just didn't give a shit, I would spoil it. But, like, this
Mm-hmm.
is a game I feel like people really should play. So,
Yeah.
oh, be happy I love you guys a lot. Because if I didn't, I'd spoil the shit and not give a fuck. Remember, I love you guys. Don't ever forget that. It's the only reason I don't spoil shit more often on this goddamn show. I'm actually almost done.
Mm.
Um, and then I'm probably gonna work on something else that I'll double back and do the DLC,
Mm-hmm.
bit. Cause I actually do want to
Good.
get that done relatively soon. I don't want to, like,
Mm-hmm.
take too long away from Arise because I feel like I like these characters.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you want
like
to
them
spend
so
more time with
much.
them.
I like them so much. Alfred, you're such like a good-hearted dude. That's the thing, man. Like, that's what makes, like, this entire thing with Alfred and Shion, like, annoy
Mm-hmm.
me so much. Cause, like, no, it does. It really does. Because, like, Alfred is a legitimately really good dude. So every time Shion acts like a cunt, I'm just like, okay, yeah, maybe she's justified. I'll give her that. Like, yeah, the whole like static shocking people every time they walk the fuck up to you and touch you. Yeah, probably is gonna fuck with your mental. I get that. Like,
A little
I'm,
bit.
yeah,
Just a little bit.
yeah, like, I can't empathize with that. Like, I can't really put myself in your shoes, but I can't imagine that's great for your, like, mental health.
No, not really.
Yeah, like,
Like, not one fucking bit.
yeah, no, I can't possibly empathize with that, but I have to imagine that that's probably, like, not very good on the mental health
Yeah, and
scale.
obviously at some point you're gonna put up a defense mechanism to not get close to people.
Yeah, then you meet this weirdo guy who
Of fucking
apparently
course.
just, yeah, and then you meet this weirdo guy who for the majority of the game just doesn't feel fucking pain,
Mm-hmm.
which I I do like the way that's played on because, like, I got so used to it, and there's a moment where
Mm-hmm.
after he loses that, he gets into a fight, and the fight tires him the fuck out because, shit hurts now. And I was sitting there like, oh, that's weird. And I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. If you feel pain, yeah, like,
Oh wait, something changed. Oh.
I'm like, yeah, right,
Mm-hmm.
like Alpha could get beat around before and just get back up because, like, he doesn't feel it. Nowadays,
Yeah.
it's like if he gets hit hard, he's like, oh fuck, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end it there because I'm gonna end
Yeah.
up just
Yeah,
spoiling.
let's not go deeper
Yeah,
into it.
I'm gonna end up spoiling this shit. Like, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead or behind somewhere. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm. So, was that pretty much your week, or did you do anything
Oh,
else?
yeah, my week's over. Like, that was it. That's yeah, my week doesn't consist of much these days, dude. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, Okay, no, my week did consist of Dawn Trail. I wasn't gonna bring it up because
Ah.
I felt like I had already eaten up like 10 to 15 minutes of the opening, so I wasn't really gonna bring it up. I was just gonna leave that shit.
Right.
But yeah, Dawn Trail came out, and I got to play like the last few
Hmm.
days. I have to get
Ah.
on earlier in the day,
Mm-hmm.
elsewise the servers get really, really, really busy.
Hmm. Your queue is now your place in the queue is now 560,436.
That's not actually even that ridiculous. I think the early launch morning when like people were
Mhm.
flooding the servers, the initial queue some of my friends had was like up in the thousands. Yeah, so if
Well,
you
so I did over exaggerate a bit, but yeah, I mean, thousands is still not a big surprise
yeah,
with
no, it's
a
not.
game as popular as that.
Yeah, no, it's not surprising. So,
Mm.
it's great. Like they did a massive graphical overhaul.
Hmm.
They added a bunch of new stuff, new settings. They retooled the way character models look. Uh, they added a separate slot for head accessories,
Hmm.
so it can be
Cool.
more than just like a hat. Now you can have like a
Hmm.
hat and something else, which is also
Okay.
kind of
So you have
nice.
earrings as separate or something like that?
Earrings are already separate, so it's like
Ah, okay.
like a hat and like glasses.
Ah, okay. Ah,
Yeah,
neat.
so yeah, I'm down with that. That's my vibe. So yeah,
Mm.
no, it's out. I just haven't played it as much. I haven't been feeling great lately, so I haven't been able to
Hmm.
get as much in it as much as I wanted to. But I know once the work week starts, I'll have all the time in the world because people have to go back to work.
Yeah.
uh,
Off
pe-
time is not unlimited for most
Yeah,
people.
your vacation time only lasts so long, motherfuckers. Eventually, you're all gonna have to clock back in.
Hmm.
Take it from the guy who was never afraid to ask for time off to go play a video game. Eventually, you do have to go back to work. Believe me, I know.
Hmm.
I've been there. But that's my week, CD. I
All right.
I I take it you've played some good shit. Well,
Yeah.
I know your work week is reasonably loaded. So like the Monday to
Yeah.
Friday, you don't have a lot of the spare time.
Hmm. Yeah, but I did get some playtime in. I got distracted from the previous games by a decent update that Grim Dawn got. They overhauled several things, among them the pet and summon system. They changed some balancing stuff and also how some of the summons or pets work. Instead of having to resummon them manually, they automatically get back up after a while. And the attacks, the regular attacks have gotten, I think, a bit weaker, but their special attacks are significantly stronger, and several effects from the items were put back into the pets directly and the summons directly, which is an interesting rebalancing there. Definitely works quite nicely as it is now. I've started up a new necromancer character there and combined that class with the regular what was it? They call it the Inquisitor, I think it was one of the ranged classes. So I have essentially a pistol wielding necromancer.
That's a horrifying concept.
Yeah, uh, Grim Dawn has these concepts, quite a few of them. Because it's like in Titan Quest, you have a list of classes and you can combine any two of them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you could even have a melee focused necromancer that is essentially a uh, either a regular sword and board guy or one of the new classes from one of the expansions, or you could have him uh, more like a classical combination of necromancer and sorcerer, stuff like that. Yeah. Or you can just forego that and just focus on one class. Because obviously, with level ups, you have to select where to put your skill points in, and you don't get more if you have two classes. You get 3 per level up, and that's it. But it works nicely. And besides that, I've also been looking into a different kind of game called City Game Studio, which is essentially one of those game dev tycoon like games. And that one's quite nice. Made in Godot, which is kind of my field of interest.
Right. I think that's good. I think that's a very something kind of cool when you already have an interest in an engine and then you play something that you know is on that engine. You can go, oh shit, you could do
then
that.
you can see what's possible with that, and yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, it's like you could do that. What the fuck? How?
Yeah, for example, or just get some ideas of what could be possible for your stuff. Yep, that's a fun little game where you can, as with these games, is usual, you can either just make games in the game, or after you've got enough money, you can make your own consoles or handheld consoles. I'm slowly advancing in the first few years. I'm, what is it, around 86, 87, somewhere around that time. It goes to the usual years of the video game history. So the usual Atari crash has happened already.
Oh, okay, cool. The
Yeah,
dark
that's depicted in the game.
the dark timeline's already finished. Fantastic.
So to speak, yeah.
Great. We've gotten by the end times. The new age is here. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, it was your end times.
Yeah. Well, like,
rest of the world was hardly as much affected. Yeah, they were affected in terms of developers and publishers, but gamers were far less affected in comparison.
Yeah, it was our end times. We got end times by fucking stupidity. That's always great. Can I just say as a side note, when it comes to necromancers, I find the concept of like raising the dead already is like, It's not the raising the dead part that makes me like look at necromancers and call them assholes. Like, you guys are assholes. I'll tell you what it is. It's when you motherfuckers like blow up corpses and then poison people. That shit's so fucked up. That is like, bro, raising the dead, I could be like, okay, yeah, whatever, magic. It's the second y'all start turning corpses into fucking toxic bombs.
Landmines.
To the fucking landmines. I'm like, wow, assholes.
Hey, it's a resource. Why not use it?
Yeah, resource. Okay. Yeah, spare me. Spare me, buddy. Not interested in your corpse exploding justifications.
Hey, they're in the post-lifetime human resources department.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, as you were saying before I veered off the cliff.
And besides gaming, I've been looking at the wish list and perusing stuff in the summer sale that's going on currently. Yeah, Steam Summer Sale started just a few days ago.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoops. Just careened right over my head, apparently. What the fuck? Okay, fair enough.
I guess you didn't look at your emails because usually for every one of those sales you get an email, or maybe you don't have those set up. You get, just about this game and 500 of your other wishlisted games are on sale now.
Yeah, that's my fault. 'Cause I don't wish list a lot. I really should wish list more often.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't wish list, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I probably
Yeah, okay.
miss out on that.
Yeah,
So yeah. Okay, cool. No,
probably.
there is
Yeah.
the summer sale. Shit. All right, fair
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, that's been pretty much my week. Those two
All
games.
right. Well, you brought up Steam,
Yes.
so you've already decided where I'm taking the first couple of stories. So you've decided for me, so that's fine, CD. The illusion of choice is still, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
a choice. I guess it's still a choice depending on how you view it. So Steam introduced a new built-in function into the, I guess, the client now. Is it client
Yeah,
side?
it's part of Steam essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, into the client, which is game recording. So
Mm-hmm.
now you can make me. I haven't had a full chance to look over everything it can do.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can tell, it's a way to clip, like
Yep.
make
You
game
can
clips.
record. You can either, depending on your setting, you can either record after you press a shortcut, or you can set it to always record and just do that in the background continuously, or you can turn it off completely, which is the default. And then once you have your recording, you can then choose make clips of that, or just
Uh,
take the whole recording and use
yeah.
that,
So
depending.
we'll have a link to the official
Hmm.
Steam, official page for it. Honestly, this is kind of something. This is one of these moments where I'm like, damn, Steam. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, you could make the argument that Steam should have had this a while ago, but when Steam does roll it out,
They do it quite nicely.
it's
And
rolled
obviously
out.
before they didn't have as much of an impetus because there's more than enough third-party software for this. But now they have an additional reason for it. The Steam Deck.
Ah, yeah, Steam. Yeah, oh yeah. I just scrolled down far
Hmm.
enough to see that game recording is fully
It's
functional
perfectly, yep.
on the Steam Deck. Yeah, that's a no,
Hmm.
that's a fantastic reason then. Shit.
Yep.
I I gotta tell you, I love the fact
Hmm.
that the Steam Deck is what's motivating so many of the things that Steam is now doing. Like Steam is now going like, well, shit, guys, we weren't gonna have this
Hmm.
function before, but we have like
But
a
now
really
there's a
cool
good reason.
we have a really
Yep.
cool handheld that could probably really take advantage of this function.
Hmm.
According to the page, it looks like you can
Hmm.
also you can save it as an MP4
Hmm.
of your current selection. You can
But you can also just create a link of it and send it to someone, either a
yeah,
copy paste or a
or
QR
you
code.
can send an MP4 via Steam mobile app or QR code. Create a
Hmm.
temporary Steam link. So they are giving you
Hmm.
a fuck ton of ways to share the clips. And I think that is
Yep.
absolutely fantastic.
Hmm.
That is
Yep.
so cool. It's not one of these lockdown methods of like you can only share the clips in like one or two approved ways. It's no, please. They're your clips. It's your
Hmm.
gameplay footage.
Yep.
Now, obviously, I would like to know how this is going to interact with certain games, though, because I
For
know.
example.
I mean, I know I guess it might just be PlayStation. I know PlayStation blocks like the on console recording of like certain moments of games, but I guess Steam probably
Mm,
doesn't have that issue. I guess they wouldn't really have
Nope. I
that
haven't seen that
perceived.
mentioned anywhere. And additionally, it also works with non-Steam games. Just as long as the Steam overlay works. That's all
Oh,
that it needs.
well, shit. Good on you, Steam. Good on
Mm.
you. This is awesome.
And yeah, and games that have that are on Steam can also have additional support in terms of when you record, you have a timeline where you edit stuff. And the game itself can add markers to that timeline when something happens. Like, for example, you die, you get an achievement, you switch to another level, all that kind of stuff. Which is nice for on the editing side of things. I don't think that's shown on the clip, but I don't know enough there. I haven't looked enough into that, but just for the editing part, that's quite useful because your timeline also, if the game gives out that information, the timeline also is highlighted in different shadings depending on if you're in the menu, a lobby, or in the game. So then you can find parts easier that you want to clip.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so they put quite a bit of thought into this. And this is just in beta.
That's what's blowing my fucking mind is the amount of thought put into this, and it's only a fucking beta.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, me and you've been around long enough. We've seen what bare bones betas can look like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Although in depending on where it's used, beta and alpha don't really have any meaning anymore. Especially with all those game betas that have been out in recent years from bigger publishers. That this is a public beta. Yeah, this is just the game. This is not a beta. This is few days before release. Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. It's like, oh yeah, we're beta testing the game a week before the game comes out.
Access.
But before the game comes out, sir, I need you to come in close real quick. That's not a beta. That's not how this works.
That's fucking early access.
This is the moment when developers of all stripes see that shit and they just go, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't get it. Like, okay, I know why they use the term beta, because that elicits a certain sort of mentality, right?
Yeah.
Because like a beta, most people aren't going to judge a beta super harshly, right? Mm-hmm. So if you play a beta of a product, your standard
and something
of
happens,
they
usually say, "Oh, they'll fix that." I'm sure.
The quality standard that someone might expect from a beta is on average a slight bit lower than if you promote it as early access. If it's early access, then motherfucker, I'm expecting a finished fucking product, right?
Yeah, and publishers usually know what state their game is in before release.
One would
hope. I know, it's better to call it beta.
Yeah, it makes us look not as shitty if we call it a beta. Yeah, shitty move, guys. Really fucking shitty move. Okay, so going from game recording, we have an update on Steam input and controller support with some lovely, tasty numbers. I love numbers, CD. I love fucking math. I fucking love it, CD. Did you know I love math? Math is my favorite subject in school. No, it wasn't. I fucking suck at it.
As long as it's written with an A.
Yeah. Yeah, right. All right, more players than ever are choosing to play Steam games with a controller, and they wanted to share some statistics about it. Since 2018, the daily average controller use has tripled from around about 5% to 15% of all sessions. 42% of the controller sessions are using Steam input, enabling over 300 supported controllers and bindings and community configurations. During that time, the controller
also one of the great features from Steam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's fantastic. It's like very little setup, very little like tomfoolery I have to go through to just connect a controller, turn on the game, and just fucking play the game.
Yeah.
Like,
And the ability to remap everything. And I mean everything.
yeah, you could do so
And
much.
yeah, easily go to community configurations, which are oftentimes just
I did that. I had
top.
to do that with one of the Trails games because I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure what the appropriate button layout for that game was, and one of the community settings had already like
Mm-hmm.
people had already like made a community
Yeah.
binding of the Steam Deck for it, and it works
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. So yeah, no, the community is fucking amazing when it comes to like hammering some of that shit out. So
Mm.
during this time, the controller landscape has changed, and one of these numbers I'm not surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
59% of sessions are using Xbox controllers. Gonna be honest, I'm actually surprised it's only that high. I thought it would be a little higher.
Okay.
Gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
Fair, I
I
guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that would be higher. Twenty
Mm-hmm.
six percent are using PlayStation controllers. That
Mm-hmm.
is that's surprising.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
so.
they're pretty damn good controllers.
Oh no, I'm not saying they're not good controllers. That's
Mm-hmm.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Xbox controller has been like the default controller for so long. I'm surprised that
Yeah, sure.
PlayStation's taking
I mean,
even a quarter.
it's probably simply from the all those PlayStation users that just take their controller from their PlayStation and plug it into the PC.
But I also shouldn't be talking because I
Mm.
specifically have a PlayStation 5 controller that I use on a PC, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just that I look, man. I know I know. Look. All right. If you tell me to press like X or Y,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
I cannot press those buttons without looking down. You tell me to press
Mm-hmm.
circle or square or triangle, bitch, I don't even
Mm-hmm.
have to look down. I already know what button that is. Like, I'm sorry. I can't. I've tried. I've tried so hard. I just cannot do it. And 10% are on Steam Decks. 10%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice number.
That's a really good number considering
Mm-hmm.
if you take into account how considerably young the Steam Deck is.
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
Steam Deck isn't that old of a platform. It's only like
Yeah.
2 years,
Yeah,
2 3 2 3 years,
something about 2 years, I think. Yeah.
2 years. Yeah, about 2 years, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
It's round about 2 years. So 10% at 2 years. That's not bad. That's not
Mm-hmm.
bad at all. That's not.
Yep.
That's nothing to nothing to sneeze at. As usage has grown, our team has continued working to improve and add features to enhance the controller experience. Some of these notable things that have happened: the big picture update, complete redesign of the
Mm-hmm.
controller first experience, bringing Steam Deck users to the big screen. New controller configurator,
Yep.
uh,
That's what we talked
gyro
about. Mm-hmm.
gyro aiming.
Yeah.
Haven't had a chance to test that, but still, the fact that it's even implemented is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Virtual menus added support to the desktop client. Yeah, gonna be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love that. Love that. PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
controller support. We worked with Sony to improve support for PlayStation controllers, including DualSense Edge, and can now automatically support third-party licensed PlayStation gamepads. Yeah, that's
Yep.
kind of fucking dope. And
Mm-hmm.
Xbox support, we shipped a driver for Windows allowing us to better support Xbox One controllers, including the rear buttons on the Xbox Elite
Mm-hmm.
controllers.
Yeah.
So
Very
yeah, just overall, man. Overall, Steam is like, hey, you guys want to use these controllers? You want to use these
good.
inputs?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, we'll support them. Fuck it, you can play the games how you want to play them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very good.
very nice, very. I always like seeing shit like this, and Steam has kind of been at the forefront of like
Mm-hmm.
supporting all these different things. I mean, Steam was like the second the dual like Steam had like early drivers for DualSense as soon as DualSense came out, at least as far as like just
Mm-hmm.
being able to use the fucking thing. I don't know. I don't know if Windows has even gotten that far yet, as far as like default, as far as like just default drivers to identify it as such. You still have to use like I think some other third-party program for that, but Steam
Probably, yeah.
instantly acknowledges it as a controller. So, you know, more power to you, Steam. You guys are trailblazing, or at the very least, not fucking things up. Which, in the market we currently live in, not fucking things up is still kind of a win.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
It's still a win. It's not, you're not losing. Or
Speaking of losing,
Forza Horizon 4 delisting announcement. Playground Games has announced that Forza 4 will soon be delisted from digital storefronts, prompting a massive player surge.
yeah.
Okay. See, I scrolled down a little bit, and this actually makes this like this sucks. Like this sucks massive dong. But the second I see due to licensing and agreements with our partners, I'm like, okay, yeah, this was
The
gonna happen.
usuals.
This was gonna happen no matter what. You can't have, these car brands in your fucking video game and not eventually run into this problem. Like,
Yeah.
you
It's
can't. Like,
a stupid world. But that's the way
now,
it is.
okay. So, couple questions I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being delisted. So that just
It's
means you
just
can't buy it.
not available to buy. Yeah, you can just continue playing
So
it.
you
That's not a
okay?
problem.
So and it says you'll be able to access online features as well. So yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, the
Mm-hmm.
delisting still sucks a big one, like
Yeah.
massive big one. But
Mm-hmm.
they're not like ending support or closing the game down or like. I mean, obviously, this is going to put a damper on the concept of supporting the game if you can no longer sell cop. Well, you
Yeah, I
can't
mean
sell cop.
they're not gonna be doing additional support for it in terms of the seasons and whatever they do
Well, yeah, they
usually.
can't. Like
That's
it's
That's
not
ending.
feasible.
Yeah,
It's not
it's not
feasible.
financially
So
viable anymore.
yeah, so this essentially puts a kibosh on the game regardless. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which again sucks a big one, but I unfortunately when you come to like rights and licensing for these kind of games, it's less of a matter of if and more of a matter of when.
Mm-hmm.
It's this stuff like this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, dude. Like in the time of the 360, we saw stuff like the Marvel vs. Capcom collection and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and the
Mm-hmm.
X-Men arcade game, the Simpson arcade game. Those two games were only
Mm-hmm.
on the store for like a year or so before they got pulled down for fucking licensing
Yeah.
agreement problems. And I'm pissed because I didn't get a chance to buy those because I just didn't have the money at the time. So, like I have the Marvel collection and the
Mm-hmm.
Marvel 2 on my 360, but I didn't get a chance to buy the X-Men arcade game like I probably fucking should have. Like that shit sucks, dude. It's so
Mm.
shitty.
Yeah.
But I mean, in a case of like a game like this, you don't have a lot of options. Like, can you
It's
I
the
mean, I
usual with
guess
every licensing stuff, every
I
licensing
mean
deal.
like you can't really can you do a racing game where you don't have any licensed cars? Would that even do well?
I mean, you can. I mean, it's been done oftentimes, but obviously with a big brand like this, that's that's what they're advertising it as, like big racing game, big open world racing with the real cars.
Yeah, with the
There's
yeah.
there's games around that have likenesses, like they don't have the official licenses, so they look different and they're not named anything. There's enough like that, but obviously not as big ones as this.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Hmm.
it's, like I said, still sucks a massive
Yeah,
one, but
yeah.
you know, If I
And obviously, there's nothing like realistic games racing games focusing on realism. They usually don't go without licensed cars.
you're
Yes.
paying for that. You're paying for the experience at that point.
Yeah.
All right. So, in a holy shit sale news, the Elden Ring expansion Shadow of the Erdtree sale tops 5 million in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this was a success. I don't want to call it too early here, CD.
It might be a little bit.
I don't want to like shoot nobody in the foot early, but
Hmm.
I think that's a mild success. I think they're going to be able to meet their targets, right? Or do you think we're gonna see layoffs after a couple of months of this DLC being out? What do you think, CD? What
Don't
do you
spoil the
think?
rest of the news.
Oh Jesus! Right, right? Because this fucking industry doesn't have enough of that shit.
Yeah.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. It only gets worse.
No, I think Shadow of the Earth is doing just fine. Even their review percentages has gone up to 71%, posting it at mostly positive.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I was gonna say congratulations, FromSoft, but FromSoft, I'll be honest with you. I feel like at this point, if I pad you on the back for the amount of wins you guys take away, I'm gonna end up like putting an indent on your fucking spine. So let's let's take it easy. Why don't you guys take a break? Huh? Take the
Just
rest.
relax on that throne.
Take just relax, chill out. Don't announce anything else. Just chill.
Hmm.
You guys got it. I
Yeah,
you guys got
I
it.
think the next announcement is still gonna be a while.
I do love the fact that it was games like Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate that I genuinely believe had the game development world fucking molding like a motherfucker. Like
Hmm. Oh yeah,
absolute cope and seethe. Like I like
massively. Hmm.
I mentioned this during the episode we had with Jay, where I was
Hmm.
like, can you imagine creating a really amazing game and people the first words out of people's mouths are, "Oh, that's great, but oh wait, that can't guys, you can't hold us to that standard, guys. That's not fair." Like cope and seethe. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but it's also like astonishingly hilarious to me.
Hmm.
And Elden Ring had like the same thing because I think there was that Ubisoft dev who made the big fuss about UI,
Yeah,
claiming that
I'm not sure which developer it was, but yeah, that was definitely that thing about the UI there.
he was
Hmm.
like coping and seething about like how could this game sell so many copies with such bad UI, and
Hmm.
I'm like,
And then someone made that meme with the Elden Ring with the massively overloaded UI.
yeah, it's like in a
Here's what
world.
Elden Ring look like from a Western open world perspective.
Yeah, it's like in a world where Western devs just load up your screen full of UI elements. It's kind of nice to have more of the game visible on your fucking screen. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love to see the game I fucking paid money for. That would be
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yes.
All right. Perfect World cut staff in multi-unit layoffs, reportedly suspends game projects. Oof.
Yeah. They don't live in such a perfect world there.
Not really. The Chinese tech giant is said to be making mass reductions after declining fiscal profits. And it's unclear what this means for the games it's making. That is tough.
Hmm.
The Chinese outlet, the reductions have hit nearly all the company business units across the cities of Beijing, Shanghai, Chinju. One mid-range team reportedly dropped from 150 staffers to dozens as a report of these cuts. God damn, Thanos didn't even have that great of a fucking hit rate. Jesus.
Yeah, they are said to have laid off over 1,000 staff.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
That's quite a few people.
That's unfortunate.
But their profits really did decline quite a bit by about 64% year over year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Mm-hmm. They showed in April their 2023-2024 financials showed they made around 67.5 million in net profit, which was a 64.31% decline from the previous year. Yeah, that would ring alarm bells.
Yeah, yeah, some
That
of you
would engage panic mode, I guess.
panic mode, huh? Panic, just panic. Creeping dread is more like it.
Existential dread.
Yeah, like panic is if like I cut it close to paying my bill before they cut me off. That's panic. This is like the kind of dread I feel being in water that I can't see the bottom of.
Hmm.
Like yeah,
and suddenly in your head you hear the Jaws theme.
It's like, I can logic out that most likely a Cthulhuoid monster isn't going to grab my leg and pull me down to the depths. But I can't be 100% sure.
But you can't 500% rule it out.
Right. Like, then I remember.
There's always that niggling feeling.
Did I remember, like, not all the ocean has been charted and mapped, and like we know what's down there. So like,
yeah, something like the Mariana Trench, I think, might have a few meters undiscovered.
Yeah, like there could be a Cthulhu down there that we just have not found, and I'm just not okay with that. That causes me a level of discomfort, the likes of which I don't really feel like people can truly understand.
Yeah.
All right, so our last story is, of course, with layoffs, because this industry cannot exist without shit canning people.
Although this is a little smaller, just a little.
A lot smaller. Let's not.
Yeah, fine, okay.
Yeah, it's.
If you insist.
I'm not here for hyperbole and overselling. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, less than a month after joining work on the Sands of Time remake, Ubisoft Toronto lays off 33 employees to ensure it can deliver on its ambitious roadmap.
Which is a weird phrasing.
Yeah.
We laid off people so that when we can achieve the roadmap. Okay, what exactly is that roadmap? You have less people, so you can do more work? What?
Yeah, how?
Huh?
You know, I'm not...
Have those people been doing negative work?
You know, I'm not a math person, but this isn't mathing even for me. Less people...
Okay.
Less people means better work. I mean,
have those people been doing negative work? Like, have they been undoing work that others been doing? I mean, it's not impossible, but
given the amount of like retooling and restructuring that this remake has gone through since they first announced it, and then had to like partially shit can it to redo it, and then they're back on track again. It's like, given everything that's happened with it, I wouldn't put it by them.
True. Maybe those 33 were bringing up things that the remake is still not doing well, and they thought, okay, if we keep those, they're gonna keep nagging us, and we're gonna have to delay it again. Nope, you're out.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
that would essentially be the Ubisoft version of la la la. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Ubisoft Toronto has decided to conduct a targeted realignment to ensure it can deliver on its ambitious roadmap. Unfortunately, this will impact the roles of 33 team members who will be leaving Ubisoft. We are committed to providing a comprehensive support for them. So, your realignment, what are you realigning with? The fucking unemployment line? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, they're realigning those people with that, or at least partly.
Partly that. Jesus Christ. I would just love to know what their goal is here. Like, I don't know. I don't really like. Can you imagine like 2018's God of War was in development, and then we got a story where Cory Balrog was like, well, to help our vision, we're cutting 50 staff members.
Yeah,
What?
to help reach our release date, we're cutting 100 staff members.
What?
Huh?
Why?
Excuse me? Sense that no makey.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I have this unsolved Rubik's cube, but this shit makes more sense than that. at least I might be able to figure this shit out eventually.
Might take you some time, but yeah.
Yeah, you can look up the answer to a Rubik's cube. I can't look up the answer to game development studios and the stupid shit they do.
Yeah, there's no game facts for that.
I mean, with all due respect, CD, have you checked?
No, even Game FAQs probably went, what, Ubisoft? No, we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Yeah, I thought to be like, did you search, CD? Like, how sure can you really be?
I mean, I'm sure someone is trying to speedrun Ubisoft.
Targeted realignment. Ubisoft, y'all really out here trying to tell me that cutting staff is best for development. Like,
I mean, maybe those 33 people have just been so incompetent that they saw no other chance. I wouldn't put that out of the question completely. Given the problems with the Sands of Time remake so far, and we haven't heard from the Splinter Cell remake for how long now?
CD.
I think that's also been a while. And it's Ubisoft.
Picture this for a second, right? Just think about this for a second. Let's pretend that what you said was even a remote possibility. That would mean that these people were committing weaponized incompetence to the level so grand that PC Gamer decided to cover it. These 33 people were so incompetent that Ubisoft had to make a press statement. Like there's incompetence, and then there's like I don't know, man. That to me, that's almost like a level of it. That's like a level of stupidity I just don't know if I can comprehend. Like I do some stupid shit in my life, and if I did something so monumentally stupid that someone decided to write a press article about it.
On the other hand, they decided that the Assassin's Creed Shadows game needed hip-hop music when uh, Yasuke was in the boss fight, so I guess I see your point.
I
They have more than enough place for fucking incompetence in that company.
it's the fucking rap. Why? Like, bro, so
Yeah,
many games do this shit. It's like rap music or it's fucking dubstep, and I'm like, why? What?
and I mean, yes, it's a cliche, but in most cases, the character are at least African American, which Yasuke isn't.
He's not. He's not. So I don't.
Not even close.
It's But I guess if I have to pick between like that and like having the wrong
Mm-hmm.
flag in a Puerto Rican's apartment, like
Yeah, potato, potato, I guess.
yeah, I won't. I'm not letting that go because once
Hmm.
again, that had to go by so many people who just didn't think to like pull out their phone, Google the flag, and be like, "Huh, this flag seems off to me." Sorry, I
I
can't.
mean,
I can't. I want to let that go. I can't. And I feel like
same
it.
with the music. That had to go through multiple people as well. So, multiple people were stupid.
Multiple people heard that shit and went, yeah, that just makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd's gonna love this shit. No, no, stop, fucking stop. There is no need. Please stop. You're not like this isn't cool. This isn't fucking hip. All right, you guys aren't being trendy. I borderline to call it cringe. It's fucking stupid. Stop it. And now you've made me say the words cringe on this fucking show. And honestly, really, like that's a crime. I feel I deserve some kind of like recompense for the atrocities that have now been done towards me because I had to use the word cringe on this show. And
I'm sure Yves Guillemot will get right back to you.
I'm I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, Ubisoft, while you're at it, like Skull and Bones still exists. You guys did that. Like that
Yeah.
exists. You guys that's a thing. That's
Great quadruple A game, right?
Luke Stevens made a really great point.
Hmm.
I bet you the only reason that happened was because he was probably in a meeting, got hit with a question he wasn't expecting, and just said the first stupid thing that came to his mind. Just he
uh,
just said the first dumbass thing that came to his fucking mind. It was quadruple A video game. And I'd like to imagine when that
he
shit.
was he was thinking back to his first reaction to the quality of the game, which was ah!
I don't think the game was ever going to be good. Like I don't
Eh,
think
nope,
I
nope,
I I don't
nope.
think that I don't think anybody in that studio thought the game was ever going to be good. I think after that long, you just want to get it done. Like just
Yeah, they just want it out. They just want to be done with it.
yeah, just like let's
I
just
bet
get
you
this.
everyone at that particular development office was going into work dreading having to still work on that.
It's like please, dear God, let's just get this done.
Hmm.
Game
Everyone was
releases.
carrying a calendar this thick with them, each day a marking.
Yeah, it's like, please, dear God, let's just get this shit finished. I don't want to
It
do
was a
this
seven
anymore.
year calendar.
Oh my God. I can't, bro. I can't imagine the amount of weight off your shoulders once that shit launched. And like
Mm,
90% of that key team got to go do literally anything else.
yeah, and I'm I just kind of feel bad for the people that have to do post-launch support and make the additional DLC and stuff like that.
Oh, the ones who drew the short straw.
Yeah. Kind of feel bad for them.
Yeah, yeah, a
No
little
one
bit.
deserves that.
Yeah,
Even after making that game, I feel after all that time, you've done your dues. You're gonna your your mental health has taken a big enough hit already.
yeah. This is the part where you draw the short straw and you slowly start creeping your 2 week resignation on the table, just slowly
Yeah.
across the desk, like
Yeah,
I'm not.
depending on how that works in Singapore, I don't know.
It's like I am not doing this. I'm not doing this anymore.
Hmm.
I don't want to be involved with this shit piece anymore. This stuff fucking sucks. All right, so that's all the stories. CD, I forgot to talk about something I've been messing with.
Oh,
And
okay.
since I have extra time before the show ends, I'm going to talk about it real quick.
Hmm.
So I've been messing around with the Star Ocean 2 remake for Switch.
Ah, okay. Hmm.
And I wanted, because I knew there were two separate storylines, right? There was like two characters, you could play it from
Hmm.
two perspectives. But I didn't know which one I want to pick. So I kind of played the first few hours as both. So I tried one for the first few hours, played that one, then played through the other one. And I am
Hmm.
like really surprised because usually I expect these kind of stories to I expect these kind of things to be like super similar, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, there's probably a couple points where they diverge, but they're not. It's not
Hmm.
that big of a deal. Oh no, I was wrong. There are quite a few moments where I'm playing as like the other character, and I'm like,
Hmm.
wait a minute, that's not how this. Oh no, I have to do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it diverges pretty heavy. Like if you play as Kenny, if you play as Claude,
Hmm.
one of the first playable moments is you get into a fight with a Yeti, like
Hmm.
very early on. But if you play as Rena,
Hmm.
you don't fight the Yeti at all because that was what Claude did. So
Hmm.
the scene plays out entirely differently. It
Hmm.
plays out in more of a cut scene where Claude takes out the Yeti.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense. I'm not
Hmm.
him, so I guess I wouldn't be doing the fight. So yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's really good. The Star Ocean 2 remake. If you guys haven't given that a look, it's really good. It's legitimately really good. I
Oh,
I mean, the
let's
fact
see what it's. It should be on sale on Steam as well. Yep. Second Story R is currently 30% off
yeah,
on Steam.
if you guys haven't had a chance, definitely give that game a shot. It is actually really good. And if I recall, they patched it not too long ago and added even more some extra content to it. They also patched Octopath 2 at some point that I missed and
Oh,
added bonus fights against the original cast from the first game.
oh, that's neat.
So you can fight the original cast. And I was watching this
Huh.
on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and oh no, it's not it is way worse than I thought because the original cast changes fucking classes during the fight. That is that is no, that is not fair. You are not allowed to do that. Absolutely not. They're cross-classing partway through the goddamn
Mm.
fight. Fucking, this is so yeah, I did that. That doesn't mean you can. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking give them all the same toys I have access to. The fuck is this garbage? It's really good. I'm really excited. There's so many games I now have to try to get my way through
Mm-hmm.
before Dragon Quest 3 comes out, before Metaphor, what's that fucking game called? Metaphor,
Yeah, metaphor. Mm-hmm.
before Metaphor
Yeah.
comes out, which by
Mm-hmm.
the way, Atlas, I need y'all to sit down for a second, Atlas, because I got some time left before I need to end the show.
Refugee you.
Atlas, whoever you are, whoever these mystical people you have as your UI designers.
Oh, that's a whole team. You can bet that's a whole team.
That's a
They have a specialized UI team.
Do you okay, that? That can't be you. That has to be something where this group of designers made the Persona 5 menus, right? And then Atlas was like, "Shit, guys, you did fantastic with this." And then someone at Atlas was like, "You know what? What if we just make them their own development? What if we just make them their own team?" And they're like, "What? Yeah, UI designers. Is that even a thing?" It is now. So now, every game they do, they're just like, "All right, guys, make a UI." Bro, that metaphor, refend. Oh my god, that looks so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. CD, I don't have time. CD, it comes out in November. CD, it comes out in November.
Yeah.
How? There's only 24 hours in a day, CD.
November? Where are you seeing that? I mean, according to Steam, it's in October.
Oh god, that's worse. That's worse. Oh, I was wrong.
Let's see.
I was wrong, and it's worse. Oh, I hate it. I'm not gonna have time for this. I'm not gonna be able to and there's also the Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 game that's coming out that looks fucking amazing. Because being able to chainsaw man-eating bugs is, I mean,
who doesn't want that?
Yeah, right. Who doesn't? CD, listen, CD. I'm coming to the realization, all right, that I am in fact a mortal. Okay, CD. That means at some point I am going to perish from this earth. I would like to claim that my backlog is done before I die, CD. That is my only real goal in life. That is it. To have a finished backlog. I don't think that's going to happen.
In September, Reinatus, the Furyu Corporation game, the action RPG that's also part in Shibuya with the World Ends With You crossover in it.
Okay. All right. Look. Game devs, listen. All right. I'm going to end this show shortly, but I want to say one more thing to you before I end this show. Game devs, listen. Especially you Eastern game devs, because you're the guys I primarily play games from. You're the ones that are fucking doing this to me. Listen. Listen. I want you to continue making amazing games. Okay? Understand, we have the same motivations. However, you all cannot make amazing games the same goddamn year. That is illegal. That is not allowed.
Have you mentioned that the Dragon Quest III remake comes out in November?
Yeah, I have.
Visions of Mana in August.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
The Romancing Saga 2 remake in October.
Listen, new rule. Listen. I am going into politics for one reason, CD. One fucking reason, CD.
You're gonna do what Nintendo did back in the NES days. Limit the number of titles developers can make per year.
Be like, all right, new law. There can only be 4 JRPGs released in a year. That is it. That is all. That's all you get. 4. Ain't nobody got time for all these games. That's not possible. Like, I would claim I'm gonna pull my fucking hair out, but I don't know if you've noticed, CD.
That's gonna be a bit difficult.
Okay, you didn't hear it, but my wife just yelled out from the other room, "You don't have any hair."
Well,
I,
when she's right,
I don't,
she's right.
I don't like. Quiet part out loud. Quiet part out loud. Quiet part out loud. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show, because I know I certainly have, having an existential fucking meltdown at the state of gaming these days. Feel free to go check out our podcast on a variety of podcasting platforms such as Apple, Google, and Spotify, and the video podcast that we post every week at some point on our YouTube channel, Turn-Based Cynics. Also, if you by some chance see that I have a petition to put me in office to specifically limit how many JRPGs can be released in a year, I would appreciate it if you would all sign it, give it to your friends, have them sign it, give it to your family, and have them sign it. I promise you, we need this. No, this isn't just for me. No, I'm not just being an old bitter asshole. We need this as a group. Oh no, what? 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 I see you. I see your face.
That
what?
was just facial reacting to that comment.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no. Did he remember something else coming out that I didn't? Because if that's the case, I'm done. I'm not doing.
I mean, there are probably other things.
I shouldn't put it by this industry that there would be more.
There's still half a year. Nintendo might shadow drop something.
The fucked up thing is, like, that's actually not even like that unbelievable. Like, they could still do it. They could like, Nintendo might just like shadow drop, like, I don't know, Octopath 3 or something fucking stupid, knowing my fucking luck.
Well, that would be Square, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably, but still, it would happen.
I mean, yeah, Square has also done shadow drops in the past.
So, yeah, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this week's show, and we will see you next time. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We're signing out.
Yeah.
I can't. CD, listen, I'm 36, man. I only have so many years left, CD. Like, the average age in America, I'm only going to be pushing like 70, CD. I don't have forever and a half, CD. I can't. Like, look, I think we need to petition Atlas. I think we need to petition Atlas. I think it's time, CD. We need to petition Atlas. You know what else is also here? Happy Console Gamer dropped probably the largest video I've ever seen him make before.
Oh?
His top 10 50 best RPGs of all time. I'll have to give that a look, because I agree with him on quite a few games. So the fact that he's put his top 50 RPGs... Okay, I don't know if I actually know 50 RPGs off the top of my head, CD. I don't know if I can claim that. But I'm going to imagine a lot of the games I think of are already going to be on this goddamn list. Games I've already been playing or want to play, like SMT5. I really can't wait to start this, because I'm gonna play both stories. Because now that I hadn't actually had a chance to really dive into the original story, but now that they've just made a much better version of it with an entire extra story attached, like, oh, I'm so excited. See, there's so many fucking good video games out there, dude. So many fucking good video games. Oh my god, I'm still recording.
Indeed.
Shit. Shit, I did not press the stop button. Well, I'm stopping the recording, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed. Yeah. Yeah, this is what happens when you leave people like me in charge of the technical aspects of a show. The show doesn't go the way it's supposed to half the time.